guys, welcome to the news. It does appear that Tommy Robinson has been found guilty, as happened 6 days ago, and he's just been sentenced today. Looking at some information that I'm reading off here, Tommy Robinson has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for live streaming his political commentary outside a Muslim rape gang trial from last year. Plus his 3-month suspended sentence was activated. So obviously in Canterbury he had I think it was an 18-month suspended sentence. Some of that's transferred across. He's been given some credit for time served already. So obviously you need to take that into account. Going through some of the information I have here. Because Tommy already served 10 weeks in solitary confinement, he will be given a certain amount of credit for time served. There are also guidelines for mandatory early release in the end. The judge said he will be sent to prison for 19 weeks but let out after half of that. So basically Tommy Robinson will be given basically another 2 months, just over a little bit over 2 months in prison, and then it'll be released, more than likely in solitary confinement. Let's hope he gets more than the £12 allocated to prisoners, so he can buy some food, so he doesn't starve in effect, because obviously people will want to kill him and poison him. Looking into the information that I've got here from Rebel Media, to sum up, Tommy will be sentenced to prison for 19 weeks and will be released halfway. So that's 9.5 weeks in prison, more than 2 months in prison, as I said, in total. That's why they added the 2 sentences together and did them consecutively, otherwise he would walk out right now. It does appear that they do want to send him to prison straight away, not giving him any sort of time. I have a funny feeling that's something to do with Tommy Robinson requesting asylum in the USA. He's done a few videos requesting that directly to Donald Trump, to prevent him from absconding from the UK and escaping to America. Obviously he's not been offered asylum as yet, but that may change. Therefore the total penalty, new concept plus old concept, 9 months. So ultimately it does appear that Tommy Robinson has originally been given, for the second part of his case obviously, 6 months. But because of time served and a combination of early release halfway through your sentence, as is the normal practice in the UK, so if you were given, say, an 8-year sentence, you would only be expected to do 4 years on good behaviour and let out. So obviously, providing Tommy is well behaved in prison, he will be released in 9.5 weeks. So basically he did serve about approximately 3 months in prison originally for when he was arrested in Leeds, and it looks like he's going to serve a minimum of 2 months in prison, or just short of 10 weeks. So I just thought I'd give you guys an update on what's happening with what's going to happen with Tom Robinson. He will be spending the majority of the summer holidays, so obviously that's a bit unfair for his kids, in prison. So I just wanted to inform everyone what's going on with the sentencing process of Tommy Robinson. It's a bit of a shame. It seems to me this is a setup, a stitch up, as Tommy would say, and a kangaroo court, no doubt about it. Hopefully the appeal will take place very, very quickly, if not the same day today. And obviously I suspect that could take a month, possibly longer. If I was to be a bit of a gambling person, I would probably say the state will stretch that out as long as possible so he serves as much as possible in prison. Because I have a funny feeling the appeal could be successful, just like the last one. However, obviously, this isn't about justice. This is about punishing Tommy Robinson. As Tommy has said himself, they want to go after the man and kill the message. So he's been sentenced for who he is, not for what he's done. Because as he's said in previous videos, and if you've been watching these videos, you'll know that no one has been sent to prison for this length of time in 60 years for contempt of court. For being a journalist, just asking some questions. So it should scare the hell out of every media organisation, this judgment. Why? Well, it's quite simple. If you go up to someone outside of a court and ask them a few questions, you could be charged with contempt of court. As I've said in previous videos, freedom of speech in this country is dead. This judgment on Tommy Robinson affects us all. And if something isn't changed, we don't address this, I'm afraid the UK is going to be just like communist China, Soviet Russia, as it was when it was called the USSR, or any other dictatorship you can think of. It's a sad state of affairs the UK is at the moment, and I'm ashamed to be a British citizen. UK justice is supposed to be about justice for all, applied equally to all, whether you're rich, poor, or working class, or middle class, or upper class, it doesn't matter. You should be judged at the same standard as everyone is. And I think Tommy deserves to be judged by his peers, by a jury, not by some corrupt judges, because that's what's happening here. They're part of the establishment. They don't adhere to, common values of justice, decency, honesty, and being fair, because this is not a fair judgment. Anyone can see that. I think the common sense approach would be to say, okay, you've served time, we're not so pleased with what you've done, we still believe you've done wrong, but we're going to let you go because you've served time. But they've not done that. They want to persecute him more and more and more. And are they trying to get him to commit suicide? Is that it? Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this informed you. Thank you.